right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Amusing Advertising on this oh so wonderful day. I just signed up for a 401k plan, so I'm feeling especially old at the ripe old age of like 22. Gage, how was your day?
I still haven't found a medical care provider. I haven't found one yet. My roommate suggested someone. I'm just too lazy to make the call. Honestly,
That's good.
killing it.
I hope you get like shingles or something and just need
I
you
know.
just
I
scrub.
have it. I have it on my things to do. It says don't get medical. It says get medical insurance so you don't die. And I still haven't gotten it yet, so I may or may not die soon. Who knows?
All right. On that positive note, we're gonna start this off on the right foot. Gage, your pick was the Steve Carell Super Bowl ad with Cardi B. Is it Cardi
Yeah,
B?
it is Cardi B,
Cool.
unfortunately.
Got that right. And then I'm doing kind of a unique thing. If you haven't heard of it, VMLYR, as it's now called,
Oh, good lord.
they did a Lego exchange type deal at airports for Legoland, which I'll explain when we get there. But first, we're going to start off with Gage's Cardi B Steve Carell ad.
I'll take a Coke.
Is Pepsi okay?
Is Pepsi okay? Is Pepsi okay? Ow! Are puppies okay? Is a shooting star okay? Is the laughter of a small child okay? Are you with me? You seem confused. Let's role play. Now.
Okay, I'm Steve. I'm an actor.
No. Just order something.
I'll
You
have.
will have a nice cold glass of the best thing you ever tasted. Okay?
Okay.
I think you might be just saying it wrong. You gotta say it with pride, okay? Okay. Oh, yeah, kind of. Pepsi's more than okay. It's okay! Okay, what have we learned today?
You want a Pepsi?
I want a Pepsi.
She wants a Pepsi. There you go. Like Little John. Okay. I've got to come up with my own catchphrase. Okay!
So I like this ad a lot, actually. One, it was kind of harkening back to the Pepsi generation back in the mid-90s. Pepsi very nearly overtook Coke with a magnificent marketing campaign done by BBDO, I believe. Phil Duesenberry was a creative lead. Really, really interesting campaign. It leveraged young people because who doesn't want to be young? They're cooler, they know more slang, things of this nature, and this kind of leveraged that as well. Steve Carell's stock, so to speak, has only gone up and up and up. The Office is, I believe, the second most watched show on Netflix. The second most.
Behind Friends,
Behind Friends, yeah. And then Cardi B is obviously rising to high levels of fame. As much as she annoys me and the way she says okay is even more annoying, it's great advertising. And it makes you like want to be proud to drink Pepsi as well. There wasn't really a cultural insight here. They just decided to throw it back to the insight they had previously, the Pepsi generation. I really hope they continue to do this more and more. I really loved it. And the context of the Super Bowl ad made it even better. I'm going to give it like an 8.1 probably. I think that's reasonable. Really, really good ad. This
So
is
I
based off potential.
kind of like it. Now, again, context, this is the Super Bowl, so this is everyone's big guns. This is like, ooh, what do you have? So I like the star power. I like the fact that they're bringing out people that young people can relate to. Although I think there's kind of a differing there. I think Cardi B's in this skew a little bit younger than like the people watching The Office. Which so in my mind doesn't back this up, but people who like really love The Office, you're gonna be like Office like 18 to like 25, 26, somewhere in there. And if you're like a big Cardi B fan, you're gonna be like 18, 17, 16 to 13. So I think based on that premise, which I can't prove is right, I think they really hit that 13 to 26, 7 ish thing. Get that because you're right. Right now nostalgia sells. The Office is amazing. Everyone's seen it. If you haven't seen it, you really should. I started off hating
Highly
it.
recommend.
I recommend skipping the first 2 seasons, but you obviously can't because there's so much important stuff. But anyway, this isn't about The Office. I like it, don't love it. I give it like a solid 6.5, 6.6. I get it, like you said, they're trying to do the whole like pride thing, like yeah, Pepsi, woo, and they're definitely a lot flashier than Coke. Coke is consistent, conservative, steady, and I guess Pepsi's plays just go out there and go for it. We'll see where it goes. They can't go any lower than the whole
Kendall Jenner.
Yeah, it was a Kendall Jenner thing back in the day, like 3 years ago. So it was a step
That's
up.
rough.
I give it a solid 6.5, whatever I said. Like it's good, slightly above average, but I don't love it, especially because like what you said is it's playing off an older thing, like an older campaign. So it's not even like that original. It's just a new spin. So I gotta kind of take points off for that as well. I'm doing the cool thing about advertising is that advertising doesn't have to be an ad. Uh, it can be print, billboard, TV. It can be a sign. It can be a person. We'll do eventually. We'll do some like guerrilla ads. Legoland is this big thing. I believe it's in Orlando. I think it's in Orlando. And it's this giant amusement park made completely out of like Legos with merchandise and rides, and it's just like picture every '90s kid's childhood just Legos, and it's really awesome. But they want to drive more traffic, so VML, formerly now VMLYR after some merges, they had the account, and now what they're doing is so they said, so you have Lego dollars, right? And so they set up like currency exchanges throughout a bunch of international airports, and so it was American dollar 1-to-1. So if I'm flying from the UK to Orlando, and I'm like, what's this Legoland exchange thing? I can give, I'm not sure what the pound conversion is to a dollar than to
1.4.
1.4. So
1.4.
you know what I can do? I can get $14. I can 14 pounds. So I can get 10 pounds and get 14 American dollars if that math's right. And then you fly into Orlando and you can immediately go to Legoland. It's hard to give it a scale judge because there's not always the same criteria as like a print ad to exchanges through an airport. I give it a solid 7.5, 7.6.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredibly outside the box. It generated millions and millions of impressions. It was such a good campaign. It's almost considered more inbound because people came to it, people interacted with it. It's something that had never been done before either, right? Like, this is incredibly important. It was also very interesting that it was aimed at parents and not kids, right? So, like, obviously kids don't pay attention to exchange rates. What 8-year-old even knows what an exchange rate is between like pounds and dollars, or the euro and a dollar? So it was very interesting. It was aimed at adults because a lot of times kids get this kind of advertising because kids actually have a very big influence on what their mom and dad purchase, right? How many times have you seen a kid like nagging at their mom, their dad, whoever it may be, to get cookies or chips or soda, and eventually the parent breaks down and they buy this? You can see this all the time at Walmart or Target or anything of that nature. So that was also very interesting as well. But I liked it. I'll give it like a 7.3.
Cool. So now it's time for Curious Culture. And this one actually comes to us from Gage. So I'm going to elaborate and he's going to give the background. So in the US, millennials are very much do-it-themselves, do-it-yourselfers. There's a number of factors why. You can say because when millennials in general, so this skew of like 33 to, 21, 22 right now, like I said I'm 22, so I just barely make that. We grew up in this time in the job market when there wasn't a ton of jobs, large amounts of student debt, the economy had crashed, and so you had to save money where you could. And if you combine that with the fact that YouTube blew up and YouTube has a bunch of like do-it-yourself videos, YouTube's actually like the second biggest search engine. So it goes Google and then YouTube for search engines. And I've done it myself. I've done some embarrassingly easy do-it-yourselfs, like how to reset like a hot water heater, to some harder ones like how to build a beer pong table. So that's kind of that. And I think, Gage, you have something that Patagonia played off of, right?
Yeah, so Patagonia, it's an incredibly great brand. You see everyone with any kind of status or money, middle class, slightly above middle class, wearing it. It's huge, especially here in New York. I see Patagonia, North Face, LL Bean, and Marmot. All those are the 4 predominant brands. Cold here, especially early in the year. Worn and wear concept, right? So like they would encourage people to take their worn clothes, repair them, continue to wear them, give them to someone who needed them, things of this nature. And the reason they did this is, one, based off the insight, and two, it made you touch the brand, it made you feel the brand, it made you develop an emotional connection, right? So like, people have an emotional connection with their cars because they've been through some stuff with their cars, whether it's a road trip, a breakup, you broke down the side of the road, you changed the oil, whatever it might be. Like, this is the feeling that this AMP agency wanted to give Patagonia. And it was incredibly successful. Obviously, they did more things than this, but this is like one of the centerpieces of their marketing campaign.
So Patagonia's definitely playing off the whole like, we like to make money, but we also have a heart doing it. We're not gonna pollute your river. We're gonna be socially responsible with it. I like the concept. I like the fact that they're playing off not only like the do-it-yourselfer, but also the mindset of like, we want to make things better. We want to help others out. I think that's a really good mindset that a lot of millennials have, and I think Patagonia isn't just playing off of that. If you can look at some of their actions, they're actually like investing in that. So I think it's really well done, and I think it's a nice way to go off an insight.